fact. Hey, live. Hold on. Let me make a switch. Alright, see if you can see that. Are we on?
Yeah.
We're on? Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. We just had a little difficulty there just now with our tech. Crazy. We have to do a lot of updating and a lot of crazy stuff. So, yeah, we were supposed to come on at 8 o'clock, but yeah, we did not. We're not having Janice on tonight. She's not able to have the show. So we're actually pirating Frontline. And we're going to have 411 unscripted. Most deaf. Oh, yeah. So, it's been a crazy day today. Absolutely crazy. Staying on in traffic for a couple hours trying to come into Port of Spain. I mean, oh my goodness, Trinidad, when we going to just not deal with this anymore, boy? When? That's all I'm saying, you know. Because it's as if it's okay for us to sit in traffic for 2.5, 3 hours in the morning and do the same thing all over again in the afternoon. What's wrong with us? Why are we tolerating this Trinidad and Tobago? But anyway, that was one of the things that actually frustrated my entire day. I was not a happy camper at all. And don't forget, folks, share the live. Send it out there, share the live. It's 411 unscripted. Ow! So you know I might carry on like a real skittle today. This ain't no front line. In fact, my director watching me like, yo, yeah, yo, it's 411. But anyway, the point of the matter is that last week at the front line, we had mentioned that we were going to come back this Thursday to give you a little update as to what went on for the past week in the communities that was heavily affected by all the flooding and everything taking place during the course of the 5-day period last week, which was absolutely horrible. And up to this day, we spoke to a couple of people in Kelly Village, all the way down in Kelly Village. I believe it's Laundry Road, that had not really gotten much help. They saw a counselor. I think that they had gotten water some days ago, and that was just about it, really. There's a lot of people within the so-called affected people that government is talking about that they have not actually reached, you know. And, no one is taking the time to really figure out why. You have a lot of elderly people or even disabled people who may not have the leisure to move around the way that they would want to, especially in a situation like this. But like Philip says, let's stick a pin right there, right? So, again, tonight is Thursday, 1st of November, 2018. And yes, it's a pirate of the Frontline. We are calling it the 411 unscripted. Most deaf. So Janice, don't be mad at me. I'm not going to take your slot completely. It's just a borrow thing for the night, right? I just want to give the people here 411 and what's going on. So, a couple of pointers I just wanted to bring forth was the residents' relief. It was a very not good environment for that whole relief that was taking place by the state. I personally, and this is just my view, I know there are people out there that would be saying otherwise, because I spoke to a couple of people as well, and they were saying, I heard that you said that the Coast Guard wasn't there. But they were up in Arima. I said, okay, they were up in Arima, but remember we had several other places that were totally flooded out in 10 feet and more water and that type of thing. You had down in Carney, you had over in Kelly Village, Madras Road and all these places. I mean, there are places that we simply did not address the time that they were supposed to be addressed. Being a proactive nation, or should I say a government, because, again, I said last week, the Prime Minister came out and he was thanking the entire population. And yes, I thank the entire population too. I was right there on the ground with everyone else who was regular citizens helping the people who were most affected during that flood period. And that was taking place since Saturday, very early in the morning. From the time we got word that waters was above 3 and 4 feet, we figured that, yes, this is going to be serious. And knowing the environment that we usually are in, where the drains aren't usually cleared and the waterways and the amount of issues we constantly deal with every year, 56 years and counted. And counted, right? When they talk real nice again on media, on the television, on the radio, they're doing this, that, and the other. And I would say this again. Where are the results? Where are the results? We need results. Results. Where we can see, we can hold, we can touch and say, yes, it's working. And we need to maintain those positive results. We need to maintain it. It's not something that you do a one-off and that's it. You don't clean a drain today and forget it for the rest of the year. It's a constant recurrence that you have to address right through. And for the last 56 years, we were supposed to be doing that, and we have not been doing that, Trinidad and Tobago. Is why we're dealing with these ridiculous issues that we're dealing with, that we're not supposed to be dealing with. And this is what we're trying to preach for the last 2 years, and trying to let people understand we do not need to accept this. This is totally unacceptable. The way that we're living as a people in a country with 1.4 million people, it's just not enough people, man. It's not enough people, especially having a budget of $60 billion on an annual basis. Come now, man. Really, Trinidad and Tobago, we cannot continue down the road this way. We can't. It makes no sense. Because we strive for a betterment. We can talk nice and sweet about jumping on a plane and going on vacation, going to America and Europe and all these places. And woo, it's so nice, and it's clean, and it's this and it's that and the other. Why can't we have that here? Why can't we have it right here in Trinidad and Tobago? Trinidad and Tobago. Why can't we surpass any first world nation that have on the planet right now? Why? Why is it? Look at Dubai. Look at Singapore. Look at these places. They basically got independence around the same time. They use their money in a positive way for the nation, for their population. It's why they are the way they are. It's why their quality of living is so well. It's why things are good. You have rights. You know, things work in these places. It's just actually having the people in the important portfolios and positions being able to actually do the job, you know. Just do the job. Just do the job. That's all we want. That's your purpose in being in government. You listen to Al Rawi, you listen to Stuart Young, you listen to Rowley, and just all these people, Munilal, and I listened to a conference Munilal had yesterday, and it was so ironic. And this actually was one of the topics we wanted to talk about tonight. Well, I wanted to touch on tonight. The whole Greenvale situation with that phase 5, I believe that was totally underwater. Everyone lost everything, cars, you name it. I'm listening to Munilal on a conference yesterday. Or was it today, boy? I think it was yesterday. I might be wrong. I'm losing track of time, so excuse me. And, you know, right away within the conference, he's already backpedaling and trying to put the blame on the PNM, right? Now, my problem with that is they talk about the project had already spent how many millions of dollars. There was not much. I think it was 2/3 or 3/4 of the budget for the completion of that was spent, and they still had a quarter of the budget still left. They were saying that they could not just throw it all away, the previous government, and again, excuses. My point is, if we had a nation that was working, if people were doing the job that they were supposed to do, the actual bodies to safeguard certain things where the citizenry, where the laws, and where the parameter of things are supposed to actually be, if all these things were actually being done correctly, there would not be a phase 5 in Greenvale. That's the bottom line. There would not be a phase 5 in Greenvale. Somebody wasn't doing the job. And as far as I see it, the whole lot weren't doing their jobs, because as fast as UNC wants to take themselves out of the mix and again present excuses versus actual solutions, they're both to blame. They're both to blame, because if PNM put a ball rolling in something, and what the UNC was there for, what were they being in opposition for? They are not supposed to be the voice of the people. if they are knowing a project like this is going on, did they ask for the level of transparency and ensure they got it before anything moved forward? I mean, what is the real purpose of the opposition? We listened to the opposition for many, many years, you know. You look at I say looking at the Parliament channel is like looking at a comedy show. That is what that is. People talk about our thing, what we do is Facebook entertainment. Look at Parliament and see real entertainment. Look at the Parliament channel and look at the people that's supposed to be running the country, looking out for the best interests of the citizenry. Look at it. Put it on tomorrow. I'm sure it probably have something going on the Parliament channel right now. When this live is done, check it out yourself. Look at what grown people are doing, how they're carrying about themselves, what's the discussion, I mean, look at the archives. Look at the archives of what's going on in Parliament, the type of discussions, what they're talking about. I mean, really and truly, Trinidad, this is not the betterment of us. This is not the betterment of the people, not having an opposition or even a government in office that's blaming the other one and not coming with actual solutions. That's what we're talking about. Solutions with results that the people can see and benefit from. That's the purpose of government. That is what the job portfolio entails. So what are we doing, Trinidad and Tobago? We still insist on wanting running down PNM. We still insist on wanting to run down UNC. We have all the proof in front of us to show horrendous mismanagement across the board. 56 years, every administration coming through those parliament doors. Every administration that is coming through those parliament doors have failed us as a people. A people that came to this land as indentured laborers and slaves. That's our history. That's where our ancestors came from. That's how come we're here. That's how come we're here. They came here suffering. They came here oppressed. They were taken away from their homes, who were kings and queens. They were taken and brought here. We are the grandchildren of that legacy. That's who we are. And we can't look at Africa and we can't look at India. We have to look at Trinidad and Tobago. And for the people that we put into office to bring betterment for us, we should not have been the ones to tell them that they are not doing a good job and they are not bringing betterment for us. They are supposed to know this. They are supposed to know walking into that parliament is about bringing betterment to the people. It's about empowering every citizen on the ground. It's about ensuring everyone has employment. Everyone can see proper health care. Everyone can get a proper education. We have proper security protocols where we are protected across the board, day and night. It does not matter at any age, at any hour, at any place on the island of Trinidad and Tobago. What are we doing? What are we doing, Trinidad? What? I sit down and I look at the live that Philip put out last night. That break me. Because I seen the man real frustrated. I frustrated. A lot of people trying to push this forward. The agenda of good governance. The agenda of betterment for the people. The agenda of equality for all. We wondering if it's bloody Greek I'm speaking, because it's like when I'm trying to talk about our 21 policies, for example, I have a lot of people, grown people, that look at this and say, that ain't gonna work. Nah, that too far-fetched. Nah, that impossible. And my question is why? Why do you think as an individual looking at this, for example, number one policy, take a closer look at it there. Right? Number one, home ownership for all. All right? Home ownership for all. And this is how it goes. Zero deposit. Zero deposit. Zero interest for 30 years. And this is available to first-time homeowners. Up to $1.5 million. That's the cap that we have assessed internally for ourselves that we can place as the amount you can get within this program. Now, it does not mean to say that everyone can qualify for $1.5 million. It means that's the cap. So if your criteria and what you are bringing in as an employee where you work, and you can meet the criteria, perfect. You can qualify for $1.5 million as a first-time homeowner. But that also says the people who are working minimum wage can also get approved to own their own home. Because we've done the census, we've done the numbers, we have found the companies and the techniques in providing beautiful homes, 2 bedrooms, living room. I'm talking about, I think Philip was saying, what is that, 9,000 square feet or something along those lines. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that number. But my point is that we are able to create beautiful homes for $100,000. $100,000. And you know, for a minimum wage earner, this is within their reach. Anyway, let me go back to Greenville. Yes, right? So, this whole situation that's going on with Greenville, everybody lose everything, and you're hearing us talking about I mean, at the end of the day, the question is how did Greenville come about to begin with? That's what I'm saying. Rowley, Camille, Rahal. Those are 3 key players in the mix of that. Those 3 people. Right? My question is, was that land agricultural land? And if so, who approved it to be residential? I'm just saying, because again, we are paying people for portfolios to look after the best interests of the country and its citizens. And I'm not seeing in any way, form, or fashion, how is it Greenville can be an actual benefit to the people by putting them at such risks to danger, to possible death. And I'm talking about a handful of people. This is a whole community. You literally put on what? Swampland, next to a river, below sea level, and no one could have figured that out. That has what? Engineers and degrees and all these things. I just wonder sometimes, you know, I really just wonder sometimes. I mean, people talk about the game, their game is so high, but I don't know. I don't know if it's that the game is so high or is it that the opportunity for corruption is so sweet. I don't understand it. I have a lot of people saying to me, you know, you going into politics, you dealing with politics, you're going to end up the same way. Because that's how it does be. It does go in one way and it does come out the next. Let me tell you this, Trinidad. As a businessman, trying to make a hustle on my own, trying to make money, trying to pay my rent for my place and to pay employees and to do all these things, you have to try to ensure that a certain amount of cash comes in to cover your expenses and then to have something extra over that you call a profit. Now, in the environment that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, I find myself having to always give major discounts. 25% off, 30% off, 33 and a third percent off, 50% off. And that's simply to be able to meet the need of the population that don't have spending power, that just that don't have spending power, that just don't have that opportunity. I mean, what are we really doing? What, Trinidad? I just... It's heart-rendering. It's heart-rendering because there's big people doing this. It's not children. And I bet you put a bunch of children in that parliament. Get a group from UE or UTT. Get some young minds. Put them in that parliament now and see what's going to take place. Put them in that parliament without influence from either of the PNM or the UNC. That's what I'm saying. Without their influence. You get young minds, put them in that parliament, let them go, and see where this nation is going to reach. That's all I'm saying. You know, we have a lot of old fogies that just refuse to let go. They don't want to give anybody else a chance, and they want to have full reign and control over everything. And you know, all I'm saying is that we are the ones here in Trinidad and Tobago, as citizens, we are the ones that's suffering. It's us. It's nobody else. They're the ones getting the blue lights to... Look, I sit down in traffic again today. Blue lights. Clear the way. And even make more mayhem on the road, because people have to go all on the shoulder, all on top of the culvert to let this entourage pass, right, of blue lights. I'm just saying, the people who are there to do for us is not doing for us, Trinidad. And we need to realize, what's the deal? Where do we go from here? What do we need to do? What do we need to do as a people? We can't look at race. We can't have segregation. We can't split the nation. We can't. We can't. When you have UNC promoting we time, Indian time, and you have PNM promoting we time, African time. Where's that? Where's that? What is that, Trinidad and Tobago? Where's Trinidad? Where's us? Where's us? One people under one flag. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that for the last 56 years? These people who we put into office, their ancestors too came here as either slaves or indentured laborers. Why don't they see it? Why don't they have that inspiration and bring in betterment for the grandchildren of India and Africa? Why? Why are we not just one people? Trinidadians, Trinbagonians, Trinidad and Tobagonians. Why aren't we that? Why aren't we that? Why? I pose all these questions to you, you know, because I'm not trying to shove anything down your throat. I think people have to grasp the common sense that they have and be able to pick sense from nonsense and be able to know shit from ice cream. Let me just say that now. It's not Frontline, it's 411. But seriously, Trinidad and Tobago, we have to wake up and just get a grip of things. Listen, I'm not saying for you not to go on Fet weekend, you know. I'm not saying for you to go on Lime or go up river or just balance yourself. But here what's going on. We need to have a safe country in order for you to do that freely at any hour, day or night. There's the environment I remember years ago. I remember going up Maracas on the beach, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we lime on that beach, bathe, come out, relax, see the sunrise, nobody on body here. You can't do that now. You can't. You can't. Everyone is looked upon almost, you could say, as a target. That's just the environment that's being created right now. And why are we just considering it to be okay? And like Philip says, is it because the wolf has not gotten to our door yet? No, Trinidad, we can't be that stupid. We can't be that ignorant to just feel that, you know, I say to a few friends of mine who live in gated communities, I say, all you feel like you're so protected, you're not interested in politics. But guess what? The melee and mayhem that's going to take place outside there, here in Trinidad and Tobago at some point, when everything falls apart, government falls apart, who do you think is a security guard that protecting that same premises? Where do you think he from? Where do you think he from? Not the same Enterprise or Laventille or Steelots or wherever. When there's no more targets outside, and you know you have a whole gated community, gold, money in the house, all kind of tralala, what do you really think going to take place? Ask the Venezuelans now. Ask them. Ask them. Anyway, I spoke to somebody from Venezuela who has degrees, well educated, and they're cleaning house right now. They're cleaning a house. An educated person who's not able to get out and get betterment for themselves. Look at that. Are we going to do that for ourselves here, Trinidad? Remember, our money is not worth anything outside. You know, you can have $100,000, $1 million, or however much you have. If it's 100,000 or 50,000 or whatever, Can't go to the bank and change that in US. Lost cause. Just to take a trip to Barbados, you can't get enough foreign exchange. And that's the environment that we're in. We need to wake up, really and truly, Trinidad. We need to wake up. We can't go down this road like this anymore. Seriously, seriously, seriously. And really and truly, you know, how much do you think we can do here at the PEP? We can't do nothing unless we have your support. Your support, Trinidad and Tobago. Your support. Because you're the one that have to give us guidance how we moving forward. How we bringing betterment to all. That's the whole mission, you know. That's the whole mission. The guy who died in front of the General Hospital, what was it, last year? Was it last year or a few months ago? I think it was last year. You think he deserved that? If that was your father or grandfather, you think he would have deserved that? That's just what I'm saying, you know. We don't know who it is next. Who? We don't know who's going to be affected next. In which area, which community, which family. We don't know. And we're certainly not prepared for any type of natural disaster. Let it be earthquake or a major dry season where we have chronic fires across the nation. Whether it be a hurricane for some reason decide to pass right over Trinidad, the eye of the storm. We are not prepared for none of this. Just had extra rainfall a week and a half ago. And look at the chaos that it created here on the ground in Trinidad. Look at how many people had to suffer. Look at how much hard work that people spend the money on what little things that they wanted to get for themselves over the years. Gone in a heartbeat. Gone. Gone. Families right now in Trinidad and Tobago is under distress. You think about it. How are you going to feel losing everything that you own? That you worked the last 10, 15, 20 years for, to acquire, to accumulate, to put into your home, to make it look pleasant for you, for your liking. And you lose that all in one night. All in one night. How you think you're going to adapt to that? I'm starting over from scratch, literally. I mean, yes, you thank God that you haven't lost limb or life. But it's still very, very hard to move forward, especially when you're done in getting into your elderly age, you're past 45, 50, 60. These I mean, really, how you expect people like that to start over? How you expect people like that to try to get back into the workforce, to make a hustle or to make a money? It's 56 years, Trinidad, 56 years. We don't have hope and opportunity for our people, for all of us, We can do better than this, man. But anyway, the point is, I keep veering off from this whole Greenville thing, you know, but Greenville is something that we have to definitely look more into, more in depth. Get more information on that and see where that can go, man. See where that can go as far as, you know, we can't have these things recurring over and over and over. We just can't. We can't. We're supposed to learn from the mistakes that we're dealing with over the years, man. I can't believe that we like rum, whining, partying so much that nothing else matters. I find that hard to believe. Real hard to believe. But anyway, I hear, is it ODPM? I believe they issued a yellow alert on the storm, on the weather, and I think that's actually going on between tonight and tomorrow, Friday. So again, just be aware as to what's going on. If you want and you have a smartphone or you have your computer, see if you can get onto the weather channel and see what is going on in our neck of the woods, in our area. Here in the Caribbean, especially what's right over the Venezuela, Trinidad area, Guyana area. You know, just being in know, be proactive. That's what we need to do. That right there is what we need to do, us as citizens, because if the people that be and in charge, you know, is misstepping the way that they are, we can't afford to put ourselves at risk willingly and openly and we just can't. We can't. We have to be smart. We have to be smart, Trinidad and Tobago. We must, right? So, there's a yellow alert between today to tomorrow, Friday. So again, just be very careful with that. We're not going to stay too much longer. We nearly do the hour, boy. Right? So that's basically it. What I was saying concerning residents in the hard-hit areas, we went back there. There were a large portion of the population that were affected that did get help and is also still seeking some type of assistance. But there are very small pockets around, straight throughout the entire zone where it was affected, that still have not gotten the level of help or assistance that they really wanted to receive. So again, we on our end are trying to do what we can. Just today I delivered some water and some clothing and stuff to a family over in the what is that, Madras roadside. And aside from that, we are still collecting, well, in Central Hub is still actually collecting right now some food items and stuff that we are basically stockpiling. Well, not, canned stuff, water, clothes, and that type of stuff. Whatever has not been dispensed, we are stockpiling what we can in certain areas, strategic throughout the country, in the event that there is another catastrophe of sorts or any type of mishap like this. At least we have supplies close in certain zones where we're able to actually get that out to the most affected people. So again, Progressive Empowerment Party is trying our best in being proactive as possible. And even though that we are not in office, we still want to create a model that we can show the population that, look, if it's actually done, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and just ensuring that the person that is holding the portfolio is actually getting the job done, then we would be okay. And that's the point. That's what we're trying to show you, Trinidad and Tobago. And we're not in office. And that's what we're saying, man. That's what we're saying. If UNC or PNM was doing the job that they were supposed to do, the way it was supposed to be done, and the people had hope and opportunity, and we just had a beautiful paradise as what we sing all the time, listen, there would not be a Progressive Empowerment Party. And that's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. But anyway, Trinidad and Tobago, there is a Progressive Empowerment Party, and that is what's going to save this nation. Take my word on that. And let me tell you, this is our only chance. Anything after, I strongly believe it's a lost cause. I do. Because if the people reject the Progressive Empowerment Party trying to bring betterment for all, everybody is packing up shop and riding out. I telling you. Because Trinidad is not a place you want to lay roots in that environment. Take my word on it. All we want to do is to bring betterment to all, really and truly. We want to be as transparent as possible. We want to have levels of accountability that is across the board. Across the board. You have to be responsible for your portfolio, and that's just the bottom line. You're collecting a salary, you're taking the taxpayers' money, and at the end of the day, the taxpayers is your boss. They're your boss, and they have to tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, in which way to do it. You can't purposely try to hurt. You can't hurt us. You can't hurt the people. You can't. Your job is to bring betterment and to make things better. Simple, simple, simple. And that's the bottom line. So, with that said, I will call it a night. And again, Janice, much love to you. Thank you for the borrow here Thursday night. Ow! I'm just joking around, Trinidad. So, again, it's the 411 Unscripted. My name is Anthony Defour. Look out next Thursday. I believe we're going to have the front line up and running, most definitely. We're going to have Janice, and I'm not sure which guest she's going to have. No? Maybe? What? But we're gonna do the 411 again next Thursday. But you see what's going on, Janice? Sorry. My director said that we might be bowling it out, Gil. But anyway, just kidding. Look out for us next Thursday, right here, 8 p.m. PP, vote PEP. We're out. Mwah! Bye.